Right, Harrison, I'm sure as you've heard through the week, I'm quite a happy guy. This weekend's been a good weekend for me.
Oh, I wonder
and
why.
you wonder why? Max Verstappen has won his 4th in a row. And I couldn't be happier. You know, I went on as soon as he finished the race saying, is he the GOAT? He is the GOAT. And if you agree with me that Max Verstappen is the GOAT, obviously leave a like on this video, comment and subscribe your opinions on Max Verstappen being the greatest F1 driver of all time. Vegas.
Yeah.
Second year it's been in the calendar. Obviously not a bad race, was it? We had Mercedes getting a 1-2 out of nowhere. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
They're very confusing, aren't they?
They are a confusing team this season.
Yeah, a bit weird.
Ferrari obviously doing very well. McLaren poor.
Oh, man,
you have to
honestly,
say they're poor. 6th and 7th, not good.
Yeah, it was Lando Norris's last chance saloon in Sin City, and he failed, didn't he?
He did.
Honestly, he didn't do great.
He washed. He's failed.
Well, the last few races, you could say, he probably has not done his best as he would have hoped. But you know, he's had a good year, and I think he even said in his interview, you know, next year hopefully he can challenge Max Verstappen because he has done better this season compared to last season. He's got a lot higher, more points in the overall standings, whatnot. So he has had a good year overall.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that case. Norris has had a good season, but if you're fighting for a championship, you have to do better than that. And obviously, the last few races, he didn't look like he cared. You know, as much as Max did. He went into the interviews and he just didn't seem like he cared that he was fighting Max for a championship.
I think that's just his personality, though. That's his
personality or not, you've got to show a little bit of care.
No, I think that's just the way he is. Like, I think in every interview he's more like a laid-back sort of guy, and he's a bit of a chilled out sort of guy. So I don't think you can say that on him. But I would just have to agree that I think the last couple of races he hasn't done great. He should have done a lot better than he has, and it probably is his own fault. I don't know, because you know, okay, yes, there was some battles between him and Max Verstappen, getting 5-second penalties here and there, but I don't know. I feel like
do you think the
he
pressure
should have
got
done
to
it a
him?
bit more. The pressure, yeah, I would say so. The pressure did get to him. Honestly, what else could you say? Because
I think
it was there for the taking, wasn't it? McLaren and Lando Norris could have won. He could have won his first championship, and he's failed.
Yeah, he very, very easily could have won his first championship this year. But fighting Max, not an easy task. Everyone knows this. And I think having those battles in, what was it? We were talking about Austin in America, where Max pushed him wide and he complained and got the 5 seconds. I think it's those battles and those moments that really separate the two drivers. Obviously, Max pushes the limits of everyone, and he knows the rules, and he'll bend those rules to get the most points out of it. And ultimately, I think that's why he's won the championship this year.
I also think it works both ways, because if Max Verstappen got a 5-second penalty instead of like Norris, then he could have won it. Who knows?
I think Norris would have had a closer chance.
It's those little margins that sort of build that gap, and I feel like Max Verstappen just. You are right. I think he just done. He's been there and done it, hasn't he? He knows how to win a championship.
He made less mistakes this season.
He made less mistakes, and he's won more races realistically. So he is the best. Like I've never gone against he's the best in the league at the moment, because you can't disagree on that. But I just think that there are other racers, up and coming racers that I can challenge, like Norris next season, hopefully.
Oh, speaking of up and coming racers, George Russell obviously winning the Vegas Grand Prix. And he came out in the media after that race saying he thinks it's time Verstappen had a proper title rival.
Ooh,
so Russell's sounding like he wants to fight Max next season. But the question is, obviously Mercedes have been pretty dreadful this season. They've won a couple races here and there, but then they've been in no man's land the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If they get a good car for next season, do you think Russell can actually take that challenge to Max?
Okay, I'm not thought about this. I would like to think yes. But if they've got a good car, definitely. I don't see why not. He's won a few races this season, at least 2 or 3, I'm pretty sure, George Russell. But the only doubt in my mind would be, if Lewis Hamilton is leaving, who would his driving partner be in that sort of sense?
It's Antonelli next season, I think. He's an F2 driver at the moment.
And
so
F2, so
he's 17 or 18 years old.
Nobody established, right? So like a rookie, you could say. That sort of sense.
He is a rookie.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, I would like to think so, but just because the second driver isn't great, maybe not.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think Russell, he has the capabilities. Obviously, he's a decent race driver. He's won a couple. But if he's having this rookie teammate, he's going to have I think that his teammate's going to want to try and beat him. So the first thing he has to do is he has to instantly go there, prove he's number one driver and beat his teammate. That's like out of the question. He has to do that.
Yeah.
Mercedes need to provide him a car, which by the looks of it, I don't think they're going to do. Especially with Hamilton leaving and his input into how the car's made. Maybe I don't see that car being better.
Do you think it'll be worse this season?
I think he'll go downhill before it'll go uphill again.
That's
But the only team I think who could fight Max next season is the Ferrari lineup.
Ferrari and McLaren?
As much as I hate saying, no, we saw McLaren's attempt this season.
On.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
They'll get better. They'll get better, trust me.
They may be, who knows. But that lineup, I hate to say it, Hamilton Leclerc could be lethal. It could be dangerous to watch.
Hamilton next year with Leclerc, a better driver. Would you say he's a better driver than George Russell?
Leclerc is easily a better driver than George Russell.
Are they not on the same level? I would say them two on the same level.
Leclerc is by far a better driver.
How many races has Leclerc won this season compared
Way
to
more
Russell?
than Russell.
Has he? He couldn't be that far. Maybe like one or two more races than Russell.
He won Monaco, he won America, so they're on the same amount.
Yeah, see? So I would say that they're the same level. I think if Ferrari give Hamilton a better car, then most definitely. The only thing I could see being a bit of a problem for them, because they're both really good drivers, Hamilton and Leclerc, they might have a little sort of like ego clash.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the better driver? Who's going to be the number one driver? And then it might have sort of just put like a downer on things. And, you know, we've seen it in other sports where, you know, where there's two people like bump heads on the same team. It goes a bit weird sometimes. I don't know. I think Ferrari could, but I don't know.
If those two drivers can get along and they play the team game really well, and, you know, the first few races of the season, go ahead and fight, see who's actually the better driver. But if one of them starts leading that championship, they have to play into that guy who's leading the championship to help him win, whether that be Hamilton or Leclerc. The only issue I see with Ferrari for next season is their strategy, because that has been known to be awful, and they have had terrible strategies in the past.
But why is their strategy been so bad?
Well, I think we saw it in this race. SAINZ was complaining on the radio that the team, he was trying to go into the pit. The team told him to stay out. He came back in a lap later and he said, why weren't I allowed in the pits? And they said, we weren't ready for you. So that's not great communication. And they've had multiple occasions of that throughout last season, the season before that, this season.
Yeah.
Every season they've had massive mistakes in their strategy, which has cost them valuable points and wins. So if they want the championship, and especially this season, they're 30 points behind McLaren in both drivers, because Leclerc's only 30 points behind Norris. Ferrari's only 30 points behind McLaren. In these next two races, they need to get their strategies on point if they want to win the Constructors and get Leclerc second.
They could definitely win it, couldn't they, this season? They're only 30 points behind, like you just mentioned. But hopefully, as a McLaren fan, we can get that job over the line. Because for me, I really want to see, you know, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have a good last two races and get the job done. Win something this season. They deserve it because they've been very well this season. You can't deny that.
No, I think they deserve the Constructors over Ferrari, but Ferrari are very close.
They're very close, and they're chomping at the bit, if you want to use that expression, because, you know, they are good. I would say SAINZ deserves a bit of a better seat, doesn't he, than Williams?
Yeah, well, I agree. I think that's the one point I wanted to bring up. SAINZ he got third at Vegas, but he's going to Williams. How does that work? Why is he going to Williams? The guy is such a good driver. He deserves the Red Bull seat. Arguably, I'd want to see him in Red Bull. Get rid of Perez and put Sainz in that seat. Honestly, we'd be cooking the grid.
That's a shout.
We'd be cooking that grid.
If not Red Bull, why not just do a straight swap? Why not go to Mercedes?
Well, they've already signed Antonelli, so they can't.
Yeah, but Mercedes is a better fit than Williams, I would say.
Everyone would say that, but you know, this is how F1 goes. The interesting thing I want to bring up is, I don't know if you saw, but you know how we were talking about Andretti joining the grid with taking over a team? They've actually now said you can come onto the grid in 2026 as an 11th team. So there are 2 more spaces available for 2 new drivers, as they're now going to be 11 teams instead of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if Andretti's good, or Cadillac's good, whatever you're going to call them, could Sainz go to there?
Maybe. Maybe. I think so.
Either way,
Could be a money thing, maybe. I don't know.
it could be a money thing, but either way, I want to see that guy in a seat where he can win. I like seeing SAINZ win.
He does seem like a very good character. I do like watching him like in his post-match interviews, let's say. But yeah, I feel like he does deserve a better car than Williams. Because yes, he's going to be the star there, but is he going to be competing like he is this season?
I think it's going to hurt his ego a little bit that he has to drive for a bottom team like that.
Yeah, because like, what's the highest position he can finish next season realistically in that car? Probably
6th or 8th.
Yeah, like between 6th and 10th probably. I don't think he'll get higher. I don't think he'll get in the top 5, maybe, but you'd have to have an outstanding weekend and hope that the others are terrible. That's what you got to hope for next season.
Yeah, and also the other thing he's got to worry about is this Colapinto guy.
Yeah.
Because he's been pretty good for Williams despite the occasional crash. So Williams can always take his contract away and say, we want to sign Franco instead. And then he's got no seat at all.
Okay. Can't you have those two together though?
Because Albon's already signed multiple years still.
Oh, has he? I didn't realise that. That's a bit annoying for SAINZ then.
He's in a very difficult position, and I don't like seeing it.
Yeah, because he's one of the funnier guys in the sport, just like Daniel Ricciardo, that was mentioned a few times on the podcast. But I don't know. I reckon he does deserve someone better. Maybe a Red Bull.
I am praying the people in Red Bull are got some common sense and just sign SAINZ.
So is that him going to Williams? Is that like not signed yet, or is that just like in talks? Or what is that?
He has signed already for next year.
So, okay.
But
so
if Red Bull wanted him, say, they can say to Williams, we want SAINZ and you can have Colapinto, and then they'll change his contract around and Red Bull can sign him.
Oh, so it's not too late. It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but
right.
Red Bull just need him, and we just need to decide what to do with Perez. Because where did Perez finish this week? Outside points again. It's just disappointing every single week. He's always outside the points.
But you know, your favourite guy, Max Verstappen, he's gone and done it, hasn't he? Won 4 championships now. That is incredible.
Do you want to hear an interesting stat as well?
Go on then.
On points alone, Max would still help Red Bull get 3rd position in the Constructors Championship just on Max's points, without Perez included.
Get 3rd.
One-man team and he's still getting 3rd.
Could you imagine if you had SAINZ?
Honestly, we would have wrapped it up by Singapore. We would have wrapped it up ages ago if SAINZ was in that seat.
Boy, that is scary. And I don't want to think about that, to be honest.
Honestly, that would be such a good duo. I don't know why we're not pursuing SAINZ. I would love to see that lineup because we would be insane.
One question I want to ask you though, just quickly moving on, because Max Verstappen finished 5th, right? Does that like undermine his championship win a little bit? But he didn't win the race, or we didn't even get a podium. Like, come on, if you got a podium, that would have been
do you want to know why?
Made it more special.
No, because do you want to know why? Going back to who you think the GOAT is, Lewis Hamilton. His first championship, he wasn't even on the podium. He won his first championship in 4th place.
I didn't know that.
So would you say winning your first championship in 4th place isn't as good because you didn't get on the podium?
Well, I would say no. I was just trying to get a debate out of you, to be honest, Matt. I'm not going to lie. It was just a question. Hopefully I've not offended everybody, because I know on TikTok, you know, some people like to write little comments. But I do have good F1 knowledge, I would say. Kind of. Mixed. No, I think Max Verstappen, he won't care, will he? He won 4.
Well, you could see he didn't care. Did you see the after-race interviews? He was just getting drunk and just answering questions for interviews.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So he really just doesn't care. He got his 4 in a row. He doesn't need to prove anything.
I disagree slightly.
He does not need to prove anything.
Still 3 championships behind my GOATs.
Give him a good car and a good teammate. He's winning the next 5.
I've got a question for you. If Lewis Hamilton was at Red Bull instead of Max Verstappen, do you think Lewis Hamilton would win all these championships?
Yes.
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 Okay, there you go then. So that's a good point.
Again, though, I don't follow the driver specifically. I'm a follower of the team itself.
Are you absolutely glazed Max Verstappen.
Yeah, because he's been winning for us. I follow whoever's winning for us.
Okay.
Because before Max, I was a Daniel fan.
All I'm saying is, Red Bull, they have the best car, so I feel like...
We did not have the best car this season. We had the 3rd best car.
No, but okay, overall, in the last couple of years, they've had the best car, right?
Only in the past 2 years.
that sort of takes my argument out the window. But I was just going to say, either way, last 2 years, you've run a lot of races. I still feel like if Leclerc was in that car, if Hamilton was in that car, if Norris was in that car, they would all probably win those races as well. If you put Max,
I think they'd win races, but not
Verstappen-
championship.
If you put Max Verstappen in a mid car like Williams, he goes to Williams now. Does he win the championship?
Well, obviously not, because that's the car just awful.
If he goes to Mercedes, does he win a championship?
Yes.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he that good of a driver?
I'm telling you.
I'm just trying to figure out the difference in the drivers. I don't know if it's a lot or is it just the car,
form,
you know?
Current form, Max wins in the Red Bull, he wins in the Ferrari, he wins in the Mercedes, he wins in the McLaren. He wins in all four of those cars. He wins the championship with ease.
So you think he's that good of a driver?
He is. There is no denying it. In his current form, and he's only getting better, he wins in those four cars.
Okay, one last argument. If you put prime Max Verstappen, prime Lewis Hamilton, prime Schumacher, they're all racing at the same time, who's coming out on top? Who's winning? Come on, realistically, you've watched sport for a while. Who's winning?
Let me think. I'm thinking of how they raced individually.
Yeah.
Schumacher was very dirty. He was a dirty driver. He liked to push drivers off track, same as Max.
That could be a good
Max
battle.
is slightly better than Schumacher, in terms of racecraft.
Okay.
Lewis, he's just a bit basic, but he does win a lot.
Hating for no reason.
I'm trying to think. I don't think 2014 onwards Lewis would win it.
Title of the episode, hating on Hamilton.
I'm not hating on Hamilton. I think what he's done is good for the sport. He's helped get it more popular. I'm just saying, I mean, it's hard to compare because they're all different generations. They had different cars.
Okay.
I think if you put Max in the 2004 Ferrari that Schumacher drove, he wouldn't be nearly as good as Schumacher. Same if you put Schumacher all the way into this car.
Sounds like an easy cop-out, Matt. You don't want to
I
answer the
think
question,
they're all equal,
fine.
and they'll get the Cars movie, the Disney Cars, how they finished at that race. McQueen, the King, and Chick Hicks all at the same time crossing the line. I think that's what it would look like.
That sounds good to me. I would love to see that. Do we have time for a quiz, or what do you think? Do you want to do that now, or do you want to carry on?
Well, I do want to go on to one more point from the race.
Go on then.
Pierre Gasly, right?
Oh yeah.
He's found some form for Alpine this season. Well, just in the last few races, I'd say. Interesting stat we read just before filming this episode actually is he hasn't cost a single penny for Alpine this entire season, but during the race his engine blew up, which is going to cost him a bit of money. Do you think that's his fault? Obviously, I don't think that's his fault. That's just the engine being a bit crap. But as a driver, you're going with that stat. You're very good. Would he be a bit disappointing that he's cost the team a bit of money?
Yes, I would say it's definitely disappointing because he's gone the whole season without crashing or getting any money lost. But at the same time, I think it depends on what actually happened in the race. So. Did he crash into anybody?
No, his engine just
it blew up like it was driving on the straight and it just blew up.
Yeah,
that's slightly disappointing. I don't think you can put blame on the driver because it's definitely not his fault. But yeah, the car, I don't know. That's so annoying.
And it is disappointing because he started third on the grid.
He's been good in qualifying. In the last 2 races. He's really been good, hasn't he? So I'm not too sure. He got a podium finish in the last race, didn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
something like that.
In Brazil, him and Ocon got podium. And then he came into this getting third, which looked like he might get a chance for another podium. Yeah. But that engine failure is just...
Does he deserve to bit at a different higher team?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, you obviously weren't watching the sport in 2021 or 2020.
Not
Pierre
really.
Gasly was by far the best driver for the midfield teams. He was by far the best of the rest. He was so good in Red Bull's second team in AlphaTauri. It was insane. He deserves a much better seat than Alpine.
What about a Mercedes? Do you reckon they could?
Gasly could easily go to Mercedes.
Yeah, because he's got to be better than the 17-year-old that's going there.
Well, we can't say that yet because we haven't seen him race.
No, but he's in the F2. Surely you'd take somebody who's been racing in F1 for a couple of years now. Instead of a rookie.
You say that, and yet what? Behrman's coming in, Lawson's come in.
Yeah, but they're highly scouted. Is this guy really really good then for Mercedes?
Yeah. He won F4, F3, F2 championships all in a row.
What do I know, guys?
At 15, 16 and 17.
Sounds better than Max Verstappen, that does.
Yeah, a little bit. But Max didn't race in F3 or F2. Actually, no, he didn't race in F2. Max only went from F3 to F1.
God, you know your knowledge, don't you?
I do a little bit.
That's going to be hard for me when I'm doing my Red Bull quiz in a minute.
But it's disappointing from Gasly. But, he still has 2 races left to get the team more points and get them some more
I wonder
money.
if it will come out how much money they've lost this season and if it's only been 1 race.
I don't think that much.
Not that much.
Not compared to Williams and all that when Logan Sargent was crashing.
Oh, okay. Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the quiz now, do you think?
Because you alluded in the last episode to this Red Bull quiz after I quizzed you on Aston Villa. And obviously you have some mid-knowledge on your team.
I had a horrid time. Let's just say that. I promise I'm an Aston Villa fan, guys. I do support my club. But, I'm a young supporter compared to the older generations, let's say. But, you asked a lot of historic questions that not many
you've got
people
to know about your team.
Yeah, but not many people are going to know that. Not younger fans won't really know that, I don't think.
I reckon some would.
Okay. I feel like my questions are a lot easier this time. So it's
Right.
up to you. I've got 5 questions,
Right, go on then.
but I don't know.
Have a quiz.
I feel like you can get the first 2 straight away. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So the first question. Which team did Red Bull take over in 2004 ahead of their debut season in 2005?
Well, that was Jaguar.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Multiple choice?
I mean, if you want to give your multiple choice, I know you love your multiple choice.
Hopefully I can pronounce this word. Minardi? Probably said that wrong. Jordan and Jaguar.
Jaguar. Thank you.
Ding, ding, ding. He's got it right. Okay. 1 out of 1. Second question. How many races have Red Bull won in total? Throughout their whole career, how many have they won? I do have multiple choice, but it's up to you.
Go on, give your multiple choice.
You want to answer first?
No, because I can't put a specific figure. I can just put an estimate.
Okay, interesting. 115, 118, and 121.
Ooh.
Very close, very close.
Ooh.
You've got to think about all the
I
past
remember
drivers.
seeing. Oh, I saw a post the other day saying how many wins we
Vettel,
had.
Verstappen.
Well, what? Verstappen himself has won like 60
Alonso.
something.
Has he?
Vettel's won like 50 something. So that's already 110.
That's good math right there. Oh, just got a notification on my phone.
I think you've just got a notification.
God's sake.
Is that Red
anyways.
Bull telling you the answer for me?
It definitely is. Go on then.
120. What was the option? 120 something.
121?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're locking it in?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Come
there
on.
you go. There you
Come
go.
on. That's my knowledge coming in.
Okay. A little bit harder though. So
That was a little bit harder,
That's
but
all right.
still got it.
So you got 20. That's fine. I'm definitely not sad inside. Okay. Question number 3. Which of these FIA awards did Max Verstappen win in his debut year in Red Bull? You've got Rookie of the Year, Action of the Year, Personality of the Year, and Lorenzo Bernardi Trophy. I don't know if I've already said that wrong.
I'd
but
assume the Rookie of the Year because he had like such a good season that year. And he won his first ever race
You sure?
at Red Bull, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You're wrong. There you go. 2 out of 3. Okay. It was Action of the Year.
Action of the Year.
Action of the Year. He
That
must have
sounds like
done
a
something
fake
really
trophy.
good.
That sounds like a movie trophy.
I think it was like a really good drive or a really good like. Turn
Yeah, it's
he did
probably
or
his
something,
first
You know?
win of the season, or it was either his like drift in Brazil where he saved it.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Okay.
He should have got Rookie of the Year though.
Yeah, he was very good, wasn't he? He was very good. Right. Okay. Question number 4. You've got here. Verstappen became F1's youngest ever driver. No. Okay. Let me read it again. Verstappen became F1's youngest ever winner on his Red Bull debut at the Spanish Grand Prix in 2016. Which one of these drivers did he pass in a crucial lap 1 move before the Mercedes drivers crashed out? You've got Danny Kvyat, probably said that wrong. Kvyat, sorry. Daniel Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen, or Sebastian Vettel. 4 drivers there.
I want to say Kimi.
Oh, you want to say Kimi? Are you locking it in?
I don't think it was Kvyat. He wasn't that high up. Might have been Ricardo. Was it Vettel? I don't think it was Vettel.
I think you've got to think about here, like in that time, who had been driving in that time? Are they all driving?
They're all driving.
They're all driving. Who is competing?
All of them.
They're all competing.
And he didn't.
That makes it
He
harder.
didn't pass the Mercedes because they both went ahead and crashed, and that's when he took it.
Lap
I
1.
swear it was a Ferrari. I swear it was a Ferrari on the footage.
But who's in the Ferrari?
It had to be Kimi. It had to be Raikkonen.
Are you sure? In 2016?
It had to be.
Oh, God, this is a really hard question, isn't it, for you?
Oh, who was... Wait, hold on.
I might have to count down in a minute.
No,
Give me 10
it was
seconds.
Raikkonen.
I might
It was
give you 10
Raikkonen. It was
seconds.
Raikkonen. I swear he was in 2016. Surely, come on.
You locking it in?
Yeah. You do... All right, okay, who was it?
Vettel.
Ah, see, I knew it was a Ferrari. I just couldn't remember.
I've actually made this quite difficult, haven't I? I think you've got 2 out of 4 so far, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, same as you.
Yeah, you got the first 2 right. You struggled on the last 2. You might get this one wrong as well. This is a bit of a funny question here, because I'm just to wind you up a little bit.
Oh, go on.
Who is the GOAT of F1?
Oh, that's not even a real question. That's not even fair. I know what your answer is.
I had no time.
I know what your answer is.
I had no time. So okay, you got multiple choice here. Listen to this.
Oh yeah, multiple choice. Oh, we all know the answer. We all know.
Listen. You got Anton Senna.
Ayrton Senna, not Anton.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So Senna, Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton.
Wow, I wonder who.
Max Verstappen, or Lando Norris. Who do you think?
It's got to be Lando Norris. No, I'm not joking. I'm joking. Max Verstappen, and if you say Hamilton again, this video will end abruptly.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Who's the GOAT?
And I'm literally hovering over the stop button.
But 2 of them? No,
hovering.
You've got the power.
Think of the episode. Think of it.
I know you're not going to get rid of this episode, Matt, because this is, F1's your baby. This is your dream. This episode, you're editing this episode, so it's all you. But
yeah, I can cut this bit out.
Oh. I'm gonna go. You got to say the answer.
Nicholas Latifi.
Yeah, sure, he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Who's that? Honestly, I don't have a clue who that is. But no, it's Lewis Hamilton. You're wrong. So I
was right. You know what?
Leave it to the comments. Leave it to the comments.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it to you guys in the comments. Who is the GOAT of F1? Because nowadays it is Max Verstappen. But
Lewis Hamilton has won 7 championships. Michael Schumacher has won 7 championships.
You're annoying me.
He's got.
You're really going to annoy me.
They've got 3 more.
They got 3 more, but
give it like 3 to 5 more years. He might be on level.
In 3 years' time, he'll be on the level or better.
Well, that means he's got to win every single year.
But he will.
Really?
He will. Watch. Mark my words. I'm gonna message you in 3 years.
Yeah.
Saying, what did I say?
Lewis Hamilton is still the GOAT.
No. Okay. I'm sick of hearing it.
No, alright. It would be so funny if Verstappen loses everything next year.
But he won't.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, Harrison's a day one hater of Max Verstappen. So is a lot of people these days.
You hate Hamilton.
I don't hate him. I just don't like him. There's a difference. I think hate is a strong.
There's no reason why.
Hate is a strong word. I just don't like him.
I don't hate no one. I don't hate Verstappen. I would hate Verstappen. He's very good. I'd just like to wind you up about it.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
But anyway, leave your comments in the comments. That makes no sense.
Leave your comments down below.
Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, letting us know who your favourite driver is or who you think is the greatest of all time. And don't forget to subscribe.
Is right.
Harrison is not right. Don't put Harrison is right. I'll delete your comments. But yeah, subscribe, leave a like, stay tuned because we'll obviously be coming out with more F1 episodes in the future, especially with the new season. Well, the season's nearly finishing, and then the new season starting up again next year. So
got to do a preview for all that sort of content and what that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we'll get that all sorted. But anyway, that's been us. Over
and out.